And I actually started my recording, so I think for our first podcast, we just go around and should introduce ourselves first. I mean, that's up to you. All right, so right. Right, so as we all know, I'm the server owner, founder, whatever you want to call it, Deep Ready with the Rock Salt Brotherhood Roleplay community. And with me today, I have Connor, Cosmic Games, as well as Darren. No, I'm only just recording. I'm not streaming this one. Some of us can record, some of us can stream. It's no biggie. Right, so yes, the Rock Salt Brotherhood community is recruiting. The age requirement we currently have is 15 years old and up. If you're 14 years old, then there is a possibility we might let you in. It really just depends on how you do with your application, how you do with your interview process, and all that stuff. I mean, just because the age limit is 15 doesn't mean we're just going to automatically say, nope, can't join if you're 14. But 14 is the only age we will make an exception for. Exactly. Let's say you're 2 weeks away from turning 14. Go ahead and join the Rock Salt Brotherhood Roleplay Discord server, fill out an application on the website, and a member. Exactly. Right. Another thing we have is a question we're going to get a lot is, why should we join the Rock Salt Brotherhood Roleplay server? And this is why you should join the Rock Salt Brotherhood. Is for the simple reason, everything is all paid for content. I mean, the cars, paid content. Scripts, paid content. The uniforms and peds, paid content. Everything is paid content. Which, of course, unlike many other servers out there, which I think we all know what they do. Exactly, leaks. There's the word right there. Which leads me to the next topic. If you are in any leaking server on Discord, then we have a bot in the Discord which is called Global Bans. What that bot does is it monitors every single member and monitors whether or not they are in a leaking server. If that bot notices you are in a leaking server, you will be instantly banned from the Rock Salt Brotherhood Roleplay community. And all of us, the four of us, will name a reason why. And my reason for that is I don't want any leakers coming into this community. So, and then if they get accepted, they get into the server, get a server dump, and then leave, and then just start giving away all our scripts for free. That's just not going to happen. I'm sorry, what was that, Connor? Not even that. You would have to be within the internal development team if you want to get the server files. And even if and some of them don't even get the files at all. Because let's say one of them left and wanted to start their own community, and then they just use all our stuff to, you know, exactly. So all our stuff is going to be paid for. So what does that mean? Copyrighted material. No, you got to be in the internal development team no matter what. If you want to access the server files, it's strictly internal development team. Not senior administrator, no. Exactly. Assholes. Let's just say that. I mean, exactly. So we have our own Benepill form that we offer. If you're not in fact in a leaking server, go ahead and fill out a Benepill form, because sometimes, sometimes it does happen, not all the time, but if it does, just fill one of those out. Don't hesitate, and we will. Yes. Go ahead. Exactly. So, excuse me. Right. Exactly. I mean, just because you're in another community and they have leaked information doesn't exactly mean you're going to get banned. But if you just hide it from us and you don't tell us, well, SAST. Exactly. Right. Exactly. Kind of like the law enforcement training. Now, my intro into the training is as realistic as it gets, and just as I sent it to one of you. I'll actually read it off so y'all know just how serious the training can get with law enforcement. Right. So my intro, as y'all can see from the screen here, is to the training is, this is the way this is going to work. Everyone shut up and listen up. During this training, this is strict. You will pay attention. You will shut up. You address me as my rank or as sir. We will wait. I will whip you in shape. I will teach you. Do you understand? And then, of course, we will allow y'all to answer, but, you know, and the training is serious. If we hear anything like, yeah, sure, well, you're going to be running, believe that. You're going to run to the end of the hangar and back. I mean,
there's time for jokes.
yeah. Exactly. I mean, training is not a time for jokes. If you want to joke around, be our guest. You'll run. You'll run until you throw up. When you're done throwing up, you'll run some more.
You know what I think? I think your story is 50. Wild thing.
Right. And that's another topic I want to touch upon is if we see any RDM, VDM, because our server is going to be whitelisted, yes, that is a 24-hour whitelist removal. And what does this mean if somebody gets a 24-hour whitelist removal? Well, not reapply as such. If you get a 24-hour whitelist removal, it means you're not getting back in the server for 24 hours. Exactly. And now we only give a three chance strike with this. If you get 3 strikes, boom, you're done. I mean, you're going to be banned and you will reapply. Hell, but of course you will have to make a ban appeal if you choose to.
She's a new machine at the gym. Cheap. There was me, Pride, and Smith.
Exactly. And right, actually, let's talk a little bit about that. I mean, a little bit. Yeah, I mean, first he said October, then he said August. I mean,
No, I didn't leave a message. I didn't have your number. Oh, well, I should give it to you.
right, and that's something else with us. Right, that is something else with us. We are very, very good with figuring out who's lying to us. Whenever we do the interview process, we clearly request that you answer truthfully and accurately. 13, 14 tops if he was born in 2006. Yeah. Right, and now we do have a certain requirement that we would like for people to meet on their hours, and we'd like I said, at least try to meet the requirement. If you can't meet it, then set a goal for yourself. Let's say you wanted to make, let's say you wanted to do 30 hours a month. If you can't make that 30 hours a month, then set a lower goal for yourself, and then try to meet each goal. Because if you can prove to us that you can be active within the community, then that will go a very long way with us. VAC band. Right, and I mean, I will even leave a link in the description of this video on how to find that.
Based off of your sleep hours you have in the same call. I'll tell you how
Right, and something else I want to touch up on is something you mentioned about having a legal copy of Grand Theft Auto 5. That is true. Earlier today, I actually had somebody come to me saying, "Hey, can I still join your community even though I have a pirated copy of Grand Theft Auto 5?" Exactly, automatic ban. Uh, right. Exactly. Not to mention, it is a legal copy. A pirated copy, completely illegal. Not to mention, a federal offense. I mean, it's actually a felony in most states.
2 years.
As far as I know, it's actually 25, 15 years, maybe 25 for a pirated copy, and I think a $250,000 fine.
No matter what age you are,
Right, and that's something else that makes us different from most communities. Some communities, even though you're 12, it's like, oh, sorry, no, can't join. That's what makes us different. Is so what? Even though you're 12, if you can prove to us you're mature, you know what you're doing, you can follow the rules, you'll follow chain of command, you'll do everything you're supposed to do. Yeah, right. Then welcome. Then welcome to the Rock Salt Brotherhood community. Damn.
You are one mattress fire away from being mom. Did you say yes?
Exactly. I mean, that's what the training is for, to teach you what to do. I mean,
I remember those guys. New Christine called. She wants to get together and talk things over. We're going out tonight. Yeah, she told me you went over there, and I just want to say really, hey, let's do it. That answer. I have a problem though. When New Christine called, Denise was over, and I couldn't exactly get rid of her, and now I don't know what to do. Where is she now? In my truck out front. What? You let the girl sit in your truck? Put the radio on. That's right, she'll off the seat. So that's the new machine at the gym. Thank you, man. Oh.
Right, and if somebody is recording, during RP, something else is do not stream snipe. Stream sniping is yet another 24-hour whitelist removal.
No, I'm actually 2 days.
Fair. Because, I mean, stream sniping, if you're watching the person's stream and in the game as well, then you know their exact location all the time. You know exactly what they're doing. And, right, if we catch you stream sniping, well, right. Exactly, and I mean, all my staff members that's in this office right now, we can tell you that me, out of everyone here, you better have a damn good excuse, because if I think you're lying, well, good luck. Right. Right, because I will if I ban someone, it is very, very rare that I let them come back. I've probably banned about 6 people, and I've only let 1 person come back. Well, I hope it's a person.
Blacklisted community, he actually, try to use things you say that which they weren't, because I can see everyone.
Right.
And
Right, and there is something else, as a matter of fact. I'm going to touch up on the blacklisted communities. We don't care if you dual clan or not. Sure, go ahead, be in another community. However, yes, you do have to fill out. Yes, you do have to fill out the declaration to dual clan form. But if you put on that form that you're in a blacklisted community, then you're going to have only 24 hours to decide which community you're going to stay in. Because it's either the Rock Salt Brotherhood community or the blacklisted community. Well, we do have one female. She's a sister, but... Exactly. I mean, we don't discriminate. I mean, it's just a name, guys. I mean, just because it's called Rock Salt Brotherhood, and if you're a girl, don't think you can't join. Of course you can join. I mean, exactly. We don't have one ocean can in ours. By God, I wish we did. Because, right. Exactly, and yeah, right. And I know we're going to get this a lot. Oh well, isn't 110 already in Rock Salt Brotherhood roleplay? The answer is no. It is not a community. I've done due diligence, done my research, and if you are actually paying attention to his videos for RSB, it clearly states this is not a community. Exactly. He's actually an SAF, the fire chief of San Andreas Fire and Rescue within that community. Yes, and yes. Right, and so, I mean, we've done the research. The name is fine. It's just one of those things that, because we've actually had a few people coming in causing trouble about that. Oh, well, that name's already taken. No, technically it's not. Because SAF has a policy, no member is allowed to dual clan at all. No dual clanning whatsoever. The only time somebody can go into another FiveM server is if it's just to goof off and have fun, and not actual RP. Bureau. Exactly. Especially me, because I get a lot of direct messages from super low ranking members, and the very first thing I'm going to say to you is this: why aren't you following chain of command? Right, I mean, some of us don't mind it, but I mean, exactly. And if anybody gets disciplinary action, right, now, if somebody does get disciplinary action, then if you start whining and begging, oh, please remove it, I promise I won't. If you start any of that bullshit, better believe you're just going to get another strike. I mean, you're the one that got yourself in the position in the first place. Take the strike. If you go 30 days without any more disciplinary action, then we will gladly remove your strike. But if you just want to sit there and whine about it, well, exactly. Right. Exactly. Thank you. I mean, I don't know how many applications I have seen and have already denied because people are too lazy to put effort into the application. Guys, put effort into it, all right? We want to accept you, but if you can't put effort into the application to show us that you're serious, I mean, and that you're ready, exactly, then we have no reason to accept you. I mean, make us want to accept you. Make us just this. Yes. Right. Let's say for example, Connor, I'm going to use you as an example for this. Let's say Connor is a new guy, put in an application, and I saw he only put 3 words on a question that requires 2 to 3 sentences. Am I going to accept your application, Connor? Right. No, I'm not going to accept it. I will either send you a letter on Discord or I will send you an email and right. Right. I will either send an email or direct message in Discord stating that the application has been denied, and then the reason why it has been denied, and then a reminder that clearly states put time and effort into the application. You may. Right. So I'm the commissioner for the San Andreas State Troopers. If you get fired from my department, sorry, you ain't coming back. And I'm the commissioner that will send a letter to the chief of police and to the sheriff, both telling them why you was fired. And if you apply for their department, well, all I gotta say is this: good luck. Yes, that means they're in the Internal Affairs Bureau, meaning because everybody has a boss. The fire chief, well, I'm in the Internal Affairs Bureau, so I am technically the fire chief's boss. I am his supervisor. Right. 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 The answer is going to be no, flat out. Now in the application and interview process, if you can prove to us and explain to us your experience, then yeah, you might. And I'm not saying you will, I cannot stress this enough, you might get a higher rank than usual. But you have to be able to prove to us that you know what you're doing. Yeah. Yes, the server I'm actually going to be making the first payment on the 29th, and then the secondary payment on the 31st. On the 31st of this month, on Halloween, well, the server will be going up, and on the first few days, we're going to be public. Right. We'll have to be going in, test the server, make sure everything's working. Now, if you see us in there testing stuff, because I'm gonna have my developer make a scan for probably the Charger, maybe a Crown Vic, and a Tahoe that says server testing in progress, or developer on duty, something. I'll think of something. But y'all get the drift. If you see one of us, right? If you see one of us in that vehicle, we are testing the server, making sure the scripts work. Then, Right. 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 Now it will be, like I said, it will be public. And now if you join while we're testing, we will politely ask you to exit the server. Now we're not trying to be mean when we ask you to do so. It's just because we want to make sure everything's working so that y'all have the best of the best art roleplay experience. Because if something's broken, well, how's that fun, you know? Right. Right. And there are so many communities out there that, they'll just make it public right away. They won't even test anything. And then they'll always have the complaints. Well, oh, this is broken. This is broken. Why aren't, see, we're not going to do that. Before we even go public, we're going to actually do due diligence. We're going to test everything. And if something doesn't work, well, we'll take it out. We ain't just going to. And okay, the EUP in this stream here, our EUP is going to be a little bit different. Now, of course, we're not going to have EUP for a while because it's going to be custom made. Let's say BCSO uniform. The sheriff is going to have a white shirt. Our uniforms are actually going to be straight custom, not available anywhere else. So I don't want people coming to me saying, hey, I'll pay you $100 for your EUP. No, you won't. I mean, if you want to buy it from... Right. The developer I have that I'm speaking with, it's just one of those things. Sorry, but nothing is for sale. I'm working with B. John's Customs, go in the Discord, but, everything he's making for our server, well, he isn't going to be releasing it to anybody else upon my request. And when someone makes that request, that is because his work is all copyrighted. He is doing all this work for my server in particular. Actually, when you're done, I'm gonna touch up on that.
a grandfather.
Yes, I can. But I am a grandfather.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. I have 2 grandchildren, Christine's sister.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Their names are Sasha and Kayla.
No, they're not. He's such a good grandfather. And love your father, Jack. That the house of justice.
That's what they call it.
His name what's up again? I don't have anyone else to go with. Guys, fine, Richie. He can go with you.
When you get straight to work, we can go with
That's fine. Once I get up, you're free to talk to issues. But we're in that meeting, we're in that. We're having
Right, and exactly.
What's true about
Right. So final thing we're going to touch upon, we're actually on 47 minutes on our first video for the Rock Salt Brotherhood roleplay community. So we're actually at a pretty good goal right now. So on the maps, don't worry about going on GTA 5 mods and finding that stuff because let's just face it, some of their maps are shit. I will be buying custom maps from old runs. And yes, I'm talking about the old runs. The one that made all the fire stations, the KFC, the McDonald's. That is who I'm going to be buying from. So don't worry about that. You know, don't worry about going on GTA 5 mods and looking for something like that. Because I already have that planned to buy from him as well. Yes, yes. And not to mention, you will have to roll. And not to mention, just make it more realistic, business license. Because when the fire marshal comes in, best believe they're going to be asking for a business license. If you don't have it, fire marshal's going to shut you down. If I'm doing the inspection, better have the business license in hand. I'll be buying DOT vehicles from Redneck. Right. Let's say for DOT, let's say you was hauling lumber. Let's say, you know, it came loose and all the lumber spilled onto the highway. Then, yeah, you know, we'll get DOT out there and get them out there to clean it up. Sure. No problem. Right. Right.
I know you're really enjoying yourself, Richard, but I just want you to know it doesn't bother
Wait, actually, thank you. That actually reminds me on one last thing before I end this recording. If you crash, let's say into a telephone pole at 50 miles an hour, then if we catch you driving off saying, "Oh, no, my vehicle's fine. There ain't no damage," excuse me? Head administration has to approve that. Yes, but to disregard a scene, there has to be a legit reason. And saying, "Oh well, not on my screen," that's not going to fly. That's not going to fly in this community.
Hey, Tracy, get in on this plate of crispy, airy, tasty waffles. That I'm totally
We have to check
Right.
a little strawberry
out.
every bag.
We have to look at what you've done and provide us actual information. We will give a
Right, because I'm actually gonna have something made where we can actually go through the logs and be able to review every single action, every single chat you have made. Exactly.
for the top.
Right, if you want to do Hitman RP, sure, go ahead. But if you're on a traffic stop, right, right. I mean, not that much, but sometimes, sure, go ahead. But if you want to hire a Hitman in RP, make sure you have a legitimate reason, not just, and a legitimate reason isn't going to be, "Oh, well, this cop pulled me over and gave me a ticket." Not a legit reason at all. If you get pulled over and you get a ticket, well, that's on you. Maybe don't break whatever law you broke. Maybe you won't get a ticket. Right.
Their car is well received. In a 10-hour
Right. I mean, pretty much all it boils down to is read the rules and regulations, do everything you're supposed to do, and if you do that, then there won't be any issues. But we are on our 54-minute mark, nearly our 55-minute mark. So I'm going to go ahead and end this one for. All right. Yep. Before we end, does anyone else have anything to say?
for a decade quick stamps. Close. Sam is not quick enough.
Hey, I got one. What did the mother-in-law do to the jackass?
What?
Ow! Don't pay attention to him, Christine. What the hell's wrong with you?
Right. And now once we get bigger, then the Secondary State Trooper's office is actually going to be the Davis Sheriff's Office. That's where the Secondary State Trooper's office is going to be, down in Los Santos.
I know I let myself get close. I don't want to hear some
Party about for you.
You joke about Christine all the time. Like how she's so dumb she can take off her shirt to count to 2. Or when you killed that moth and you said she moved up on the brain of her list.
Fritz, that's funny. Anyway, it's not just your range of contract, it's everything. It's the pancakes and the princess from the period. I don't want to pay for all that.
You like furniture.
I did. I don't want to say. I just gotta get home.
Wait, what are we talking about?
I have to go.
Our spot
Right. So in other words, it's like if you get tired of one vehicle, don't just stop in the middle of the road, deviate, and then spawn in another vehicle. If we see that, better believe that if I see it, I'm going to get into my admin uniform in my vehicle. I'm going to chase you down, and you better have a reason for it.
We're all going through some tough times right now. People are staying home, not interacting in person as much, and feeling low. At 1-800-PHONE-SEXY, we're always easy to talk to any time of day or night with the hottest girls who just want to have fun and make you feel good. We've got hundreds of beautiful girls from around the corner and around the country at 1-800-PHONE-SEXY. Come on, let's heat up the night together. Call us now.
All right, that is going to conclude our first video with the Rock Salt Brotherhood roleplay community. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will catch y'all in the next video or podcast. Take care, make sure you wear a mask so you don't get sick, and have a wonderful morning or night.